Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Cigar Reviews. Today, we are looking at this EP Carillo Pledge. Let's check it out. For some reason, when I hear the word pledge, it just brings me back to one of those boy bands. And I just hear that song, I Swear, playing in my head. You know that one? I swear. You know? That's all I know about that song, but that's where I'm at. This thing is dry as a freaking bone, my friends. This is the driest cigar I've ever bought at a humidor. And it's box pressed, and man, that is so dry. This should be interesting. This is going to be a real gut buster. Wow, interesting. Yeah, whatever. I'm here for it. And I know it's not I feel like it's constructed in a manner of this because they were all in the humidor together at the exact same humidity in the exact same environment. So I feel like it's a construction. This is how it's meant to be. It's good to be the king. Anybody even remotely familiar with fine cigars knows the name EP Carillo. Ernesto Perez Carillo is the king of cigars in Miami. And his portfolio includes knockout cigars like the 94-point rated EP Carillo Selezione Ascor No. 4 cigar of 2016 and the highly coveted 96 rated EP Carillo Encore Majestic, the No. 1 cigar of 2018, just to name a few. For his newest release, Ernesto started with 6 different sample blends, thought long and hard about which was worthy enough to follow in the footsteps of his previous hits. The blend he chose is one he knew best paid homage to cigar smokers everywhere. Hailing from the company's factory in Santiago, Dominican, EP Carillo Pledge is well on its path to becoming its own success story. An enticing dark Habano, Connecticut wrapper encases an Ecuadorian binder and Nicaraguan long fillers, creating a medium to full-bodied masterpiece with notes of creamy cedar, leather, earth, bread, peanut, espresso, beans, and hay. The complexity teases the palate in a steady progression of strength from start to finish, and the finish reflects all the blend's best qualities. Long after the nub is extinguished, the high quality, solid construction, it's solid, all right, that EP Carillo is known for is carried out in this line as well, giving this cigar an even burn and satisfying smoke production throughout the entire experience. Definitely not to be missed. Pledge is sure to eventually be added to the long list of fan favorites created by EP Carillo. Don't miss out on your chance to try this hidden gem. This was the No. 1 cigar of 2020 and the No. 11 cigar of 2022, where they say it's a delicious smoke that delivers flavors in bold, zesty parcels of spicy oak, licorice, black cherry, black pepper, baking spices. Baking spices sing like a holiday chorus. And when you think you've tasted all the cigar has to offer, a warm, familiar note of baked apple settles across the palate. Wow. What a monstrumental intro to this cigar. It worries me a bit. It does. Because it's a lot to live up to. This is dry. Definitely one of the driest cigars I've smoked. Holy smokes, that's spicy. Wow. Okay. Whoa. I did not see that coming. Whoa. That is spicy. That is like, taco spicy. Like authentic tacos. Spicy. Wow. That's spicy. Huh. I'm trying to think what I smoked yesterday. Oh yes. I smoked the Cane Maduro Robusto. And that will end up being yesterday's cigar review. Now, let me tell you, I woke up this morning and my mouth was still wrecked from that thing. And this looks like it's going to do the same thing. Whatever. I'm ready. Bring it on. I mean, it's intense. It's so intense. Whoa. It's habanero level spice, almost. It's spicy. I mean, it's getting me a little bit. Wow, interesting. Usually when cigars are spicy, it'll tail off pretty quickly. Oh, got a little sweetness. Little sweetness just bubbling up. I like that. I like sweet and spicy. I really do. I've made a lot of sweet and spicy concoctions in my day, and I like them. I'm here for them. We'll move on. I was getting some salad dressing vibes, and we won't go into that. We're going to find better descriptors, even though that's exactly what it tasted like an Italian salad dressing. Just the herbal. Like I got hit with an oregano with red wine vinegar and olive oil and a hint of sweetness. Weird, I know. It's definitely super unique. Super unique. There's like a lot going on here, and I like that. Real smooth. There's no aftertaste really at all. Nothing bitter. It just ends with sweetness. A sweetness off spice. It's good. It's good. It's really food flavored, which I know sounds weird. It has so many of the same notes as foods. And it's good. It's very balanced. The sweetness is extremely balanced with the spice. And it's almost like a really good barbecue sauce, like a Rodney Scott black pepper vinegar sauce, if there was a ton of sugar in it, which there's quite a bit. But just that tang, that beautiful, spicy, sweet tang. Be a great cigar after some barbecue, man. Killer. Ooh. She thick. That is one of the most powerful cigars I've ever smoked, ever in my life. Very powerful. Wow. Just like a puff like this, you can feel everything. I mean, I like it. I like that a lot because there ain't nothing else I could be doing right now. This thing has me 100% pulled in. You cannot in any way, shape, or form ignore this cigar, and I appreciate that about it. I've had a lot of cigars in this family of strength that are just all dark, super powerful, spicy, and then just completely bitter. Those are the ones that really kill you. That Series R black is close, but there's some way worse than that even. This is definitely that, but it also has this beautiful sweetness that really just comes to your rescue. You handed this to somebody that's never smoked a cigar before, they might die. It might happen. I don't know. My wife sure would want to die if she's had to smoke this. Guys, really, only thing going on right now is spice and sugar. And there's other notes in there, but they're just not strong enough to compete with it. I get a little bit of oak, just a hint of oak, but I had no idea this would be so complex. It really is a treat for my senses. Apple. I'm getting apple pie. I am getting apple pie. There is a little bit of baking spice. It's there. A spicy jalapeno apple pie. It's actually not jalapeno though. It's a chili or habanero family of pepper that I taste. And it's not black pepper. It's definitely a pepper of the dark red family. I feel like you guys are too high. That's better. She is so dark. Look at that. That thing is just so dark. Delicate. Very brittle. Very dry. Bumpy. That's some thick smoke. Okay, so after the cleanse there with the water, the aftertaste is like a charred, okay, picture this, campfire coals, but it's a chunk of wood that's half charcoal, the other half is wood, and there's embers still on it, and there's ash all over it. That's the flavor. That's the smell, the flavor of it. And it would be oak in that fire pit. It's cool. I like kind of that smokiness in a cigar. I really do. I went to ash it and I broke the wrapper a little bit. Very brittle. Oh, the smoke is so thick. It's so thick. Wow. Everything is somewhat mellowing out. It's getting a little bit more bitter on the back end. I did just have a really big dinner. I had some Wagyu ground beef, which is so rich, I almost couldn't stand it. And this is really, this is just as heavy of a dessert. So thick, just lingers, man. The flavors have totally just tapered off. No pepper up front, no sweetness, and my mouth might just be numb, but none of this is coming through at this point. The oak really isn't even coming through at this point. There's like a little hint of sweetness and a little hint of breadiness at this point. The rest is just kind of soury cigar funk. Not fermentation, but just sourness in my palate. Maybe just a touch of chocolate. Guys, hopefully by the time this video posts, I've got 100 subscribers, which, hey, I'm so excited about. That's awesome. I'm really happy about that. It's been a year since I started the channel. I posted for a few weeks and then I stopped for like 7 months, but it's still been a year. And I'm going to try not to do that again. And the more you comment and the more you like and subscribe, the more I feel obligated to, when I'm just sitting here doing nothing, to say, you know what, let's do a review. I've got that good cigar in there and I keep trying to just buy one, so I can't just smoke it without involving you guys, which I'm here for. You know, it's a different experience when you're sharing it with somebody else, and sometimes I just want to share it with me, but I'm honored to be able to share it with you. So thank you for all your support. I very much appreciate it. It's starting to change. I can't put my finger on it. That's a disgusting noise. I'm sorry. It's a bit drying at this point. Starting to really dry the palate. Still a little sweetness on the back end. It was so aggressive at front. So aggressive. It might have been the most aggressive cigar I've ever smoked. Probably definitely the spiciest cigar I've ever had up front. And now it's acting like it's just been tamed and it's just here to hang out. There's some cedar starting to come through. Still a hint of smoke, char. Definitely spicy on the lips. My lips on fire. And that's from the fill. From the fill. Wow. It goes right up my nose. I mean, it's like spicy, like just like a pepper. Spicy. Almost starts getting me like wasabi would. Just shooting right up there. Almost has a little beef or steak qualities to it. Like a big raw porterhouse or like a steak tartare flavoring, raw meat flavor. Carpaccio. The spice is coming back a little bit, and it's so intense. It's so intense. Just, I feel it in my nostrils. I mean, it's intense. I feel like I could smoke this thing in a hurricane, and I'd still be focused on this cigar and not the hurricane. Whew. It is so intense. It's so intense. Now the spice is just back with a vengeance. Wow. That's something. Wow. It's like getting through a really spicy meal. An authentic, ethnically, perfectly done, intense heat. That some people just eat like it's nothing. And you take a bite and you're like, I'm going to die. Has those vibes. Definitely feels like it's kind of trying to kill you. I could eat jalapenos all day. But this is next level. For sure. What's everybody smoking this week? Anybody have something good? We have anything good laying around? If I was a casual smoker, I would probably smoke a lot of Davidoffs, Cohibas, Ovilas. If I just had to pick one cigar a day, it might be one of those. But I don't. I would want, if I had to smoke one cigar a day, I would want a good cigar. I would want a pretty excellent cigar. But maybe I would just smoke one of those good ones on the weekends, Friday and Saturday night, and I would mix it up during the week. I love how I'm just going through this scenario. Like, I'm getting excited. Whoa. She is so powerful. Man, you could run a V12 engine off this thing. It is so powerful. You just drop this thing in the fuel tank and you're flying, man. It is so powerful. Dangerous. It's like a loaded gun. Man, it's dangerous. Wow. It would go good with a sweet. It would actually go good with a sweet Moscato or Bracciato sparkling wine. It would go good with a sweet porter or stout. I think if you drink whiskey with this, you might die, or bourbon. Too much of the same pain. It needs lightened up. It needs something to balance this power. Some kind of liqueur, maybe a little Bailey's Irish cream would go well. Kind of helps settle your stomach back down. When I was a child, my father, he would come home from work and he would often drink 3 to 6 Hefeweizen, Paulaner's, Scandinavian man. And he was a workaholic. He worked 12, 15 hours a day. And he was an engineer in charge of building huge pharmaceutical plants. And he would end the night with a small glass of Bailey's Irish cream on the rocks. He'd say to soothe his stomach. And you would definitely need some stomach soothing with this cigar. And of course, as a child, I would often go to the fridge in the middle of the night and take a couple of drinks out of the bottle. I'm not sure why I'm sharing this, but so I have these old ingrained memories of Bailey's Irish cream. And that would go really well with this right now. So strong. So strong. You need like 2 hours for this thing. If I start turning green, send help. Just send help. Right now, the spice is gone again. We're back to just power and neutrality. Maybe a 1% sweetness, 3% bread, no smoke. My stomach knows I'm smoking one of the most powerful cigars I've ever smoked. But I'm here for it. Saltiness all of a sudden. Interesting. This cigar is all over the place. It's everywhere. It's going here, it's going there, it's zigging, it's zagging. It's hard to pin down, it's hard to catch. Now that had a little bit of sweetness on it. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Little sweetness on the wrapper. Let's see what these cost, shall we? Oh, I got a comment on my YouTube channel. Oh, that's cool. Should we check it real quick? I think we should. I think that'd be fun. Loading. All right. Goopendog 4627 said, thanks. There's plenty of bad cigars out there that need to be smoked out, pun intended. Many blends taste the same. I'm looking for a complex smoke with a little spice on the finish, not a spice bomb. Good luck finding one. Amen to that, brother. So, what do these cost? Well, let's see what the rate is. Yeah, look at that. Strength through the freaking roof. It should have just been way off the phone. 37 5-star ratings. That's cool. All 5-star. This is very possibly my new favorite smoke, full-bodied, but it started out a little bit mellow. I don't want to meet that guy. By the time you get halfway through, it gets bolder. I don't know what he's smoking, but it ain't this. Yeah, full-bodied, yeah, that's for sure. Strongest cigar I've ever had. Yep, I agree. Great flavor. It was so dry. Yes, yes, it was. Just a touch too much on the full side of the spectrum for my taste. These are absolutely the best smoke I've had in years. Great smoke, smell, and flavor. Fast becoming one of my favorite cigars. New favorite cigar. Excellent cigar. Another excellent cigar. Sorry, I'm enjoying these. Paired with good vodka. Ooh. All right. Price. Get on it here. Quit dilly-dallying. So, you can get a box of 20 for $226. And for $1 upgrade, you get a EP Carillo Trilogy 3 cigar sampler. That's cool. I bet that's not cheap. Probably like at least 30 bucks right there. $11.30. I'd pay that. I'd pay that for one of these. It provides it's like 10 cigars worth of strength in one cigar. You're getting a heck of a value. That's like $1 a cigar right there, because you smoke 10 Connecticut's and you're probably going to be feeling better than when you smoke one of these. The room will be spinning just the same amount. $11.30. I'd say I would not ever be upset that these were in my humidor. Ever. Ever, ever. I wouldn't smoke one every day. I couldn't. I'd really have to be in the right physical and mental space to endure. But they're so complex. That's like nutty, salty, sweet, little spice. This thing's all over the map, guys. I keep wanting to cut this. We're in 35 minutes in, guys. And I keep like finding new things. I'm sorry. It's a long one. It's just ever changing. That time there's a little baking spice, a little maybe cinnamon. I can see where they get the apple. Very interesting. Wow. Very, very interesting. Well, listen, I feel like we're just swirling around the same similar set of flavors, going back one way, coming back the other way. I don't know. I think it's very, very interesting, and I love interesting things. It's very complex. It's well done. It really is. For $11.30. I don't know if you can find it in a local humidor. Probably this is, actually I found it at a local humidor. What did I pay for it? That's a great question. $11.59. So, man, come on. 30 cents more than it is on Cigar International if you buy a whole box. That's a great deal. That's awesome. That's a crap markup for a cigar shop, but a great deal for me. Nice. I'm gonna have to get some more of these. Anyway, this is the forgetting the name already. EP Carillo Pledge cigar. One of the wildest cigars you may have ever smoked in your life. Thank you for watching this episode of the Cigar Reviews. It's great to talk to you. You have a wonderful evening, day, week, month, year, life. Ciao. Arrivederci.